Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and we're playing Simic Merfolk in Modern. As my usual experience, well, we're up against a Yorion deck. That's very bad for us. But, yeah, we already found this out the hard way. Yeah, the opponent hasn't decided what they're doing yet, but 80 cards we're playing against Yorion, which means we're probably playing against Niv-Mizzet. So, yes, my usual experience with Simic Merfolk, I am not doing well with it. And I don't know what it is. I seem to do much better with Mono Blue. I am very skeptical of this, but we have Spreading Seas, so if they keep, Utopia Sprawl, it might be okay. Problem is, if we draw any green cards, we're not going to be able to put them in play until we find, Cavern or, a Vial or something. So they can mulligan, it doesn't really make a huge difference. Giver of Runes, yeah. Are they playing Yorion and Taxes? Is that what's going on? Could be. This is going to be difficult. Especially because Spreading Seas is not typically very good against their deck. Okay, well, that's going to make things harder too. So yeah, we're up against Yorion and Taxes. It's gonna cost us 2 mana to play this fucking Aether Vial. And I don't have a good way to fight it. Yeah, this is a... I don't know. We need Dismember for this badly, and it's in our sideboard. This is another deck where, Chalice is terrible. Absolutely just terrible. So, fucking last week we're playing all against, decks where, Chalice would have actually been good, and, this week it's Chalice is just terrible, so... I don't know what we're doing, just... Modern is a hell of a format. I can play one spell this turn. I guess I'm playing this Aether Vial and hoping I can get it ticked up in time to be relevant. Giver of Runes is just very hard for us to deal with. It makes combat a complete nightmare, and this Ghost Quarter means that Spreading Seas is not sticking on anything except for this Ghost Quarter. Now they have Stoneforge Mystic, yeah, we're fucking screwed here. He's just absolutely lost. Yep. There's nothing we can... Yeah, we can't come back from this. Why doesn't Merfolk get a card like this? This thing is ridiculous. Or this fucking Giver of Runes. I would give my left nut to have this card as a Merfolk. Alright, does any of this actually help us? It really doesn't, because they can just pay 2, put the sword in play, equip it to anything, and if we try to disrupt it, we're dead, so... I think we just give up here. The sword's gonna kill us and there's nothing we can do about it. I don't want to show them any more cards. get this fucking Chalice out of here, and these Force of Negations are also not terribly good. Pithing Needle helps a little bit, but not very much. And Tidebinder does nothing because they're not... They have some green stuff. They were playing the Pathway and the Razorverge Thicket. So I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it's just like Noble Hierarchs or something. I don't know if this Tidebinder Mage is going to matter a whole lot. As much as I want to cut the Spreading Seas, I can't because we need it. Yeah, I think this just has to stay as is. We haven't seen a creature that the Tidebinder is super relevant against, so... I guess this is okay. We actually have lands and spells, so... Get this Kumena speaker out. Razorverge Thicket and play Noble Hierarch, okay. So I'm going to play the island here because I want to attack with this thing as a 2-2. And I think on their upkeep I'm just going to tap down Hierarch. Probably means Path to Exile. No, they're just bluffing. Okay. So, I don't. At least they're not Skyclaving us in turn 2. Fuck. All right. All right. Well, here is an opportunity. I can attack into this Thalia, and then if they... Well, it's either that or I could try to keep them off Skyclave, but I somehow doubt that that's going to work. So let's attack into Thalia. Because if they block, then I can just Trickster it and then trade with it. Oh, okay. Let's get this Aether Vial out. Because we might be needing to take it up to 3. Skyclave might be coming down and eating something. Yeah, and we wouldn't have been able to stop it with Seas anyway. Eternal Witness. Okay, we get Thalia back. Sounds reasonable. Okay, so that, yeah, that makes sense. The Eternal Witness is a good flickered target for Yorion. I think I'm going to play Cavern here. We'll use the Spreading Seas on this thing. So if we draw any 1 or 2 drop, we can put it in play. Oh, neat. Okay, attack. Next turn we can play the Waterlogged Grove and crack it and try to find something. I'm just trying to use my tempo tools to just give ourselves a shot. If we don't find anything with the Grove, I'm like, we can just put Lurrus in hand too. Actually, the Vial will be on 2, so... Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Take away the Island Walk. It has to be bad. Oh, there's the Skyclave. Of course. Never do they not have it. Like, that is like the fucking most important thing about Magic. Like, your opponents are just always going to have whatever the card is that hurts you the most. Because that's how this game works. Interesting. We could exile this thing. Alright, let's crack this first. I don't think counterspells really matter with my creatures here. Alright. You're gonna play Thalia next turn, right? I really don't. I guess if they like give me this back, that's okay, but I really don't want that to happen. I think I want to put Lurrus in my hand, so I can take Vial up to 3. Take Vial up to 3. I have 5 mana, so I could play something like Trickster and Thalia, then Ravenform next turn. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. Do I attack? Actually, attacking doesn't seem terrible here. Let's attack now. Well, like, I guess trading with this is not the worst thing. So we still get a 2/2 out of this apparition if it dies. And after we put Lurrus in play, we might even Ravenform our own fucking Aether Vial. There we go. And turn it into a flying creature. We're holding this in case they play Stoneforge Mystic is also reasonable. Of course. They knew about my fucking Lurrus coming into play and they had to stop it. There is no playing around that. Nope. That was about as terrible as I could have been. Ugh. I'm going to have to spend 3. If I draw a creature, I'm definitely going to want to play it. So I can just draw a Lord right here and win. Alright, pass. They know I don't have Force up. Because they know I put Lurrus in hand, so even if I had Force, I couldn't cast it, so they can just F6. May as well foretell this while I have the mana to do so. So we're just looking for a Lord and for them not to path it. This might be a turn where they put Yorion in hand. Aether Vial, okay. This might be too late. No, I think you reasonably can attack, because I don't think I'm going to block. I want to keep Merfolk in play, so if I draw a Lord, I get there with Island Walk. I'm not going to block that. Are you kidding me? I'm not throwing away my winning chances. So. Okay, here's what we do. We're going to use the Ravenform on this thing. Because then I can play my Lord and they'll tell me before I attack whether they have something or not. Okay, so they don't. That was close. Okay. So now maybe the Tidebinder Mage actually is a little bit more relevant now that we know about some of this stuff. But what do I take out for it? Probably the needles. The needles are pretty bad against... I mean, you can needle like Ghost Quarters sometimes, but I think if needle is a problem, they'll Skyclave it. I think I'd rather just have more threats. It would have been correct for them to tap the Noble Hierarch for a white and just float it anyway, because at least they could have represented Path to Exile. But the thing is, I don't have to make my attack and like during the main. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the main phase. So they would have to path me before I commit to an attack this way. So it's still right for me to Ravenform it to make sure they don't have path. Even if they path my Lord before combat, I just don't attack that turn. Alright, that was tough. So we need a little bit of luck in this this game 3 here. More fucking grindy value mid-range decks. Again, these chalices are just terrible in this main deck. They're just causing us to like lose against all this grind because the fucking chalice is only really good against like the stuff like prowess and boggles. But we haven't played against them this league, so what am I doing with these things? The thing is, if I don't have chalice, like this deck is very vulnerable to like prowess, so, and it is a really popular deck at the moment. It's just the leagues are fucking wild. They're like anything can happen here, so. Yeah, it's rough. I'm glad to see this Ravenform's actually doing stuff, though. Wondering if maybe I should have one more C's in my list somewhere. I don't know what I'd cut for it, though, but it seems like this card is mattering a little bit more than I thought it would. Fuck, no, not like this, come on! You have to mulligan this hand. And I kept 7, we're fucked. We'll keep this and we'll put Grove on the bottom. What else are you gonna do? I mean, play the cards you're dealt. That's all you can do. Okay, well, that vial was really strong. Drawing Master is not irrelevant, but I would have probably preferred Aether Vial here. Yeah, like, we can't actually use Lurrus without the Vial, so getting Vial matters a lot. If they don't play anything this turn, I'm just gonna Spreading Seas their fucking land. Okay. What do you have, like, Path to Exile? If I don't do this now, I might not be able to, but you can just take this thing up to 3 and Skyclave. It's probably worth seizing. Alright, I'm going to attack with the Kumena Speaker. No, we can figure it out after, because I don't want to play the Lord right now. I only have 1 land. I think I really want this thing to be Spreading Seas food. Before they like take Vial up to 2 and play Thalia. Giver of Runes? Yeah. Okay, that's fine, because we're going to need this Spreading Seas on this thing in order to beat Giver of Runes. Because now I'm going to actually have to play this Master in order to attack through this, so. Because now, like, Thalia can come out. That's not good. Okay, well, we can just do this again. They might have Thalia, but fuck them. I'm not letting you fix your mana. No, I don't have lands. Attacking here is super dangerous. I'm not going to attack. Because if they have any 2-drop, they'll just give it protection from green and probably kill this thing. Stoneforge Mystic. Ugh. Well, they don't have the white mana right now to actually use its ability, so... They got Sword of Fire and Ice, so if they ever draw the white source, could be in trouble. I mean, they could have it. I think, what, they missed a land drop return, right? So, maybe they won't draw it. No, it's the come on, it's my opponent. They'll fucking play it at some point. That's how this works. Phyrexian Revoker naming... What the fuck are you gonna name? There's nothing you can name in my deck that I actually care about. Name fucking Sword of Fire and Ice. They'll probably name Mutavault. No, they can't. They name Kumena Speaker. Very nice. Classy choice. They just are like, fuck it, Kumena Speaker, whatever. Alright, yeah, Kumena as a speaker has a static ability. Okay. You know, well, hey, we're learning stuff on that. So, you know, no matter what, at least, you know, they're learning how this works. Okay, so they still could have Thalia here, but I think that it's in our best interest to... I'm going to tick this up, so they probably have more 2-drops. I think we could reasonably play... I don't want to really attack into this. I can wait one more turn. I'll play, like, Silvergill into Kumena Speaker, because then maybe I can play, like, 2 Lords next turn. I'll play this and pass. And then hopefully next turn, if we can draw like another land, we can... Another not Mutavault land. Thank you very much, deck. I know that you're fucking with me. Maybe we can get in some attacks. Play Master and then maybe Merfolk Mistbinder. So that now they might have Skyclave Apparition. So you have to be careful. Okay, well, Sword of Fire and Ice is coming online now, so I really need to get 2 Lords in play. But the thing is, like, they have Sword of Fire and Ice, and if they have, like, Skyclave, we're just dead anyway. So they can Skyclave and eat one of the Lords. Why are you attacking me here? I can't really afford to block this right now. I mean, Apparition is still scary, but like I can't play around this anymore. I have to just go for this. This is a 2-turn clock, so we're just praying that this works. Don't have Apparition, please. And then maybe we can just top deck another Lord and win. They have Apparition, of course. They never don't have Apparition. But this is exactly the problem, because they can just end of turn Stoneforge, put the sword in play, and then put the sword on something, and then they're just going to kill all my creatures forever anyway. Yeah. Oh, they have Batterskull. That's even worse. They have... Alright, so I know sword, and I... Didn't they get the sword? What did they search for with this thing? Maybe I was wrong. Yeah, they did get sword, so the Batterskull was totally unexpected. So, whatever. They can just kill 2 of my creatures here. Yeah, we're fucked. I have no way. I had no lines against this. Like, this is too much. They just give her runes and make this thing pro blue. Yeah, there was no beating this. So we were definitely 100% dead to this no matter what. So now the game is lost. They have way too much shit that we cannot possibly hope to come back from. This Batterskull can attack us with protection every turn, so like we're fucked. Damn it. I had to take a chance, because like the more turns that we pass, like, you know, the higher the chances they have this anyway, but there was nothing I could reasonably do about it. I can't block this because, again, they can just give it protection. They have Restoration Angel in here. That's why they ticked this up to 4. Alright, we'll play this Silvergill Adept. This doesn't really help at all. Alright, we're dead. None of this matters, so like that sucks. Death and Taxes has gotten a lot harder for us because of this apparition. And like they're playing the Yorion version, so at any given point, like they could have just you know, started using this too to like blink all this nonsense. You know, blink Stoneforge, blink Skyclave, you know, it gets dumb. Yeah, I don't know. This Simic list is not working out the way I needed it to. And it's... Yeah, these leagues are like so different. It's like night and day. But... Alright, well, we went from like a kind of a fast aggro league to now we're in like a heavy mid-range league. And so our plans are not lining up against this. So we'll have to see what we can do on Friday. So everybody, take it easy. I will see you again tomorrow.